Thor versus Eddie Hall
Thor.
next September, I believe, September 2021.
The contract has been signed.
Yeah, it was signed like pretty quickly, if I recall. So like as soon as they announced it, or as soon as one of them like challenged the other, whatever it was, they signed it within a couple days, I'm pretty sure. Now, all right, first of all, who are you rooting for? Who do you want to win? Who do you think is going to win?
Okay, so let's preface this, but I don't know a damn thing about combat sports.
Yeah.
But Thor is way taller. And if they're boxing, his reach is probably way longer. And I'm pretty sure that gives you a big advantage, as well as being, wait, I have the data here. He's basically 100 pounds heavier.
What do you have his weight at right now?
So 25 stone, 11 pounds for Eddie Hall, and then 30 stone, 5 pounds. I don't know why it's in stone.
I don't know what a stone is. What is a stone? Is it like 20
It's
pounds?
it's a rock that's smaller. I'm pretty sure. Last
Right.
time I checked. No, I have Eddie Hall at 362 and Thor at 425.
Okay. Now, I agree with pretty much everything you just said there. But just today, or maybe it was yesterday, I believe it was yesterday, Thor posted a photo on Instagram and he's down about 80 pounds. He lost 80 pounds. Okay, listen. He lost 80 pounds and now he weighs 375. So he was 455.
With abs? He had abs.
So at 455, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could see his abs. But that's what I was just about to get to, was now at 375. The picture that he posted of himself, dude, like he looks so good at 375 pounds. Like before, when he was 455, you're like, oh, he has abs, but you're kind of being a little generous. Like there's a lot of fat on those abs. Now it's like they're abs. Like they're abs.
So if I'm sitting on your shoulders, we're still lighter and shorter than Thor.
Yeah. Shorter, probably.
Yeah, I think we are shorter.
Probably. I don't know. He's like 6'9" or something.
Yeah, so like my torso to my head.
Nah, we got him on height.
Are you sure? All right, that's like 4 feet. Like my hips to my head.
Yeah, we got him on height.
Even if it's 3 feet, that would put us at 8 feet.
Yeah, we got him on height, but we don't weigh as much.
So let's throw on a trench coat and let's take him on.
You're on top. You're hitting the head.
Damn it, we're not doing MMA. That means it's all me. I think he wouldn't have to hit me. I'm already scared.
So I want Eddie Hall to win for multiple reasons. One, I just always like the underdog. And I think I generally do. And I think he is the underdog in this situation because he is smaller. And I just like his personality better. I just think he's a funny guy. And so I would love to see him win. But I don't know, man. Thor now, especially at that nimble 375, light as a feather.
Nimble.
Yeah, dude. I don't know, man. I thought Thor was going to win before just based on size, but now he's still bigger and probably going to have much better cardio than he otherwise would have. So,
you like Brian Shaw?
Yeah, I do like Brian Shaw.
So who would you pick if it was Brian Shaw versus Eddie Hall?
I would pick Eddie Hall in a fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would pick Eddie Hall. Brian Shaw just seems like a lumbering guy. Like I think if Eddie could just move around him, he could take him out.
There's a 5-inch difference, right? He's 6'9". Oh, 6'9", 6'3". That's what I have. It was kind of hard comparing their records because they do a lot of different things for both being in a similar profession. So it's like 500 kilo deadlift with straps and a suit on the Rogue Elephant bar. And then the other person did like 465, or I had Hall with a 500 kilo deadlift, which is more than Thor.
No, Thor just beat that like a couple months ago. So this is
He
why
got
they're fighting.
501, right?
Yeah, this is why they're fighting, is because of that. Because Eddie got the 500, first person ever to do 500 several
Yeah.
years ago, and it was absolutely absurd. And if you look at a picture of him at that point, he looks like a hippo or something. Like it's kind of,
Okay.
and then you look at him now, like he lost significant weight. But that was a couple years ago, and then Thor tried to break it, I think, a couple times, or at least one other time, and didn't quite get it. But then during quarantine, they flew people to his garage gym, and they filmed it like live on ESPN, I believe, where he broke the record. And Eddie was like, it's not legit because he's not in a competition, and so he gets to take his time and do like he doesn't have to worry about the clock or anything.
Right. Oh, that's
Whatever
a great point.
it's a great point. He can do whatever he wants to warm up and take his time. Whenever he's ready, he goes. So there was like a little bit of. It didn't seem like it was. From my perspective, it didn't seem like it was super serious, but it was like kind of like busting each other's balls, but also kind of really like I hope you don't beat my record kind of thing. It was like busting each other's balls, but also kind of I mean it. And so that's what like led them to fight. I forget which one challenged the other one, but like that was kind of like part of it was because Thor ultimately did deadlift it and he did 501. Yeah.
Right. So
And
they're
he probably
fighting.
could have done, it looked like he could have done more too.
It's a legitimate complaint to a record.
Oh, for sure. But then if you go back further to the World's Strongest Man, I think 2017, when Eddie Hall won, it was between Eddie and Thor, and Thor got no rep on this one. I think it's called a Viking press. They have like it's like these two bars that are connected to a lever that has like a car on it or something, and so
Mm.
you overhead press it, and you can basically do a push press with it. But when I was watching, I didn't see anything wrong with Thor's rep, but the judge didn't give it to him. And so he literally lost the whole thing by one rep, lost the whole competition, the
Oh
World's
my
Strongest Man by
God.
one rep, and Eddie Hall won. And then Eddie Hall retires from Strongman after that. And so, like, all the way back then, they had like this rivalry. And then with the deadlift more recently, just like Thor then beating Eddie's deadlift. So it's kind of like, there's a good little story to it.
Well, this little infographic that I found puts them next to each other. So you have the Beast versus Thor, the
Mountain.
God of Thunder, and the Beast. All right, we could have done better than the Beast. He is the Beast, but he could have had something cooler.
That's his nickname, the Beast. That's what he goes by.
So Thor's a little younger, but not much, and he's way bigger, height-wise, weight-wise. But this infographic has net worth on here, and it has Eddie Hall at 4 squiggly little L,
Okay.
and it has Thor at 1.6. So Eddie Hall seems to be like winning life.
That's really surprising to me. Are they accounting for the Game of Thrones money that Thor has to have?
I mean, so he was not in the first season as the Mountain. So I don't know what he made for that. He didn't talk very much. He wasn't a forthcoming character.
That's interesting to me. Okay.
He
I
was
don't know.
like he was dead for half the show.
I didn't see it, so I don't know.
I don't want
But
to spoil anything for you, but it wasn't that outstanding of an acting role. He was just they were like, "Hey, can you be really big?" And he was like, "Yeah." And
how
that
long,
was
how old is that infographic though?
that's a good question. I
Because
could
I
pull
know.
it back up. What was interesting though is I found this it was called greatestbodybuilding.com or greatestfigures.com, and they had Eddie Hall, they had a bunch of people. It was a really well-written article. They had 2 CrossFit athletes. They had Garrett Fisher and Travis Williams, but they didn't have Thor. Nothing about him.
Interesting.
Yeah. I
I mean,
mean,
Eddie. So Eddie, when he retired and then he lost close to 100 pounds when he retired,
I'm so
and
glad he did that.
he had to, otherwise he would be dead. Uh, but it was a pretty drastic like visual change.
Right.
So I'm not surprised that that got him attention. But I think he just posted it like I said yesterday or the day before, so I'm sure he's going to get some attention for that too.
Yeah, I was just surprised that they kind of ignored him in this website. they had pictures in black and white from people like a way long time ago. Like Arnold obviously was in there, but it was interesting that they skipped over it. Like you turn on Fox News and you just don't hear about a certain stuff because they like to think a certain way. Same thing with CNN or whatever. They're like, oh, who's Thor?
Yeah.
I don't know who that guy is. But they also had calories per day, which I thought was interesting. And they had Eddie Hall at 10,000 and they had Thor at 17,000.
Holy shit, dude.
17,000 calories. That's more than my weekly intake.
it, is it? Yeah, I guess it almost is.
If you call it 2,000 times 7, right, or whatever, 2,000 times 5. I don't need 2,000 calories a day, which is another problem we should talk about at some point. But yeah, I don't need 17,000 calories in a week.
I think I about eat 17,000 in a week. If I eat more, it's only a little bit more, but not a lot more.